To play great golf, you must get into this position. Lots of us have funky golf swings and non-perfect golf swings, me included. But what we notice with all the best players in the world, they all get the club in the delivery position the same way. Let me explain. Every great ball striker will get their club head behind the hands in this delivery position and get the center of the mass and the shaft behind the hands also. They all get the club in this position, and we can show you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of elite players and tour players that do that. The odd player that may want to fade the ball excessively might well have this a bit more neutral, and occasionally you might go outside, but it is very, very rare. 1 in a million, 1 in 1,000, whatever it would be. But it'd be very rare and very unusual, and not something I'd recommend to a recreational golfer. So what I've devised here is a bit of a station that you need to spend 10 minutes doing this exercise in order to allow your swing to flourish and play great golf. So if we take a step to a ball, this rod here, I've got it just outside my toe line. I'll come back to why in a minute. And I've got this secondary rod then at an angle, roughly in the same location, obviously set roughly on a shaft angle back behind me. So what we see with elite players is the club head in delivery is around about the ankle line, and the hands are just in front of the toe line. So there's that kind of separation between the two in order to hit shots with a neutral path or an into-out path, but to deliver that sweet spot, that golf club, in the most efficient way to allow the torques and forces to work in a way that give you the most speed for free naturally. So what I'm recommending you do is to get this station set up, whether it be in the garden or on the range, and you would just rehearse, can I get my hands on the yellow rod in front of the feet, and can I get my shaft behind this rod? Now, what you need to do, generally speaking, is exaggerate these things. So getting the shaft further behind this rod is a great feel. And if we combine that with a bit of a backswing move, so we're above the shaft, below the shaft, hands on the rod, that's a great way to feel we're going to try and hit the ball from. And then from there, it'd be a turn and extend and get through the golf ball. As we said in the introduction, we see lots of players on tour with a higher arm swing on the way back and shallow it more, a lower arm swing and shallow it less. But nearly all of them are in this kind of location with the club pre-contact. So the more we can train ourselves to be there, the better. And what I challenge you to do is basically do this exercise from this station and see how it feels. Does it feel normal? Does it feel excessive? Does it feel like the club is way behind you? It certainly feels like the club's more behind me than my natural swing. But just doing these reps and kind of shadowing over the ball is a great way to start the right feels for the downswing. No matter where we are on the way back, if we manage to get the club into this slot here, you will play great golf. So it's kind of almost guaranteed as long as the club gets in the spot. If you shank the ball, nearly always the club head's getting out past these hands. If you slice the ball and fade the ball, it's doing that. You would never challenge hitting this, that's for sure. What I want you to do then, once you've made some reps, we can do two things. We can either make this easier and hit some shots with the rod in place, which I'll show you first. And secondly, we put it on the ground so it's more of, again, of a visual than it is a constraint. So initially what I'm going to do is take this rod and take it out and place it nearer the ball line than it is originally now. And you can mess around with the angle. It's not precise. But the idea now would be I should be able to hit a small shot and work it kind of over and under that rod with the same kind of feels. And I'm trying to again get that club head to be roughly on my ankle line. And if you want to, we can place a ball roughly on that ankle line. And we still got this rod here for the hands. That's where I'm looking to try and get to. Okay? Doesn't matter if I don't get there, it's about influence, it's change. And then from there, what I would do is encourage you to hit a short, low-powered, small swing doing that. And if I'm honest, it felt like a big kind of loop, which compared to a guy that comes over the top, that's what you would feel to. And I definitely need to shallow my swing a bit more. So what I'd encourage you to do then, if you can, is hit probably 5-10 balls doing that. Even if you fail, you hit some poor shots, which we all do, you would carry on doing some reps, trying to groove that in place. and just get a bit of flow and a bit of motion, a bit of trust in that first exercise. The second exercise then would be more the visual. So again, trying to get the club close to that rod on the ground, roughly around the ankle, again, same feelings. And then I would start that again slowly, and then gradually build the speed up. So we're really practicing on getting the club in the correct delivery position, which then should allow the impact position to be more natural and more automatic and more orthodox. And at the end of the day, all that matters really is the kind of 6 inches around the golf ball. So the other bits are very much what we call characteristics of how you swing and how you move as an individual. Get this right, you will play great.